So within my reach, so within my reach. I'm going all the way, I'm going. Yeah, my blood is rebel, I'm going all the way, I'm going to another level, to another level.
So over the past year, we've had a chance to really see how important skiing is and how passionate skiers are about the sport. My family's really lucky that my girls have had the chance to grow up this close to this little area called Cochran's, a place that you can always find the soul of the sport with people that have played a huge role in the history of the sport. That is why this year we've decided to come back to Cochran's. Do you remember the first time I walked in here with a pair of Stöcklis at all? Or?
I do remember thinking, boy, I'd like to have a pair of those.
Yeah.
I wonder how I'd get one of those.
Well, we got you a pair, so you're all set.
Yeah. It was funny. It's really the fountain of youth with those skis. I made 10 turns on a slalom course, and it's old people trying to pretend they're young.
Right.
But those 10 turns, I actually felt like I was back.
You had it going on?
The skis just came through, and I just love that feeling.
Every day, more and more people are falling in love with Stöckli skis. A huge part of that is the 12 days it takes to make each pair. And of course, the people and the craftsmanship that you find only in Switzerland. Much of the technology and all of the quality are because of our pedigree in racing. Our race program is built on quality versus quantity, and our ability to provide the best-in-class product to these athletes really makes us stand out. And the skis you buy always benefit from the things we learn on the World Cup. When new technology, constructions, and materials succeed at this elite level, those innovations can find their way to the skis that you purchased, usually within a year. And because the skis that Marco Odermatt uses are made in the same factory, developed by the same R&D team, built in the same presses, finished on the same stone grinders, and crafted by the same people as the skis you can buy, you can feel the difference in your first turn. What are your greatest memories growing up here at Cochran's?
Oh man, I think the greatest memories are skiing at night behind the house. We moved here in 1960. I really don't remember not being a skier, so I'm not really sure when I started. It was Dad's vision to have a rope tow and lights so that we could take run after run after run. And one of the most incredible things was going down in this dirty old cellar and pulling the switch. And it was like the Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
You know, the lights went on, boom, and this whole world opened up. When I was 15 years old, I raced in my first World Cup.
What would you say your highlight is from your ski racing career?
Really would be racing the Hahnenkamm. In 1973, I was third in the downhill to two Swiss racers, Bernhard Russi and Roland Colomban, but I beat all the Austrians. And I ended up winning the combined. It was a great moment for me.
And you have your name on a gondola?
I do, yeah. I gotta ride that
We
thing.
have to all go there someday and check that out for sure. So last year's movie, we had Scott Schmidt and Julia Mancuso and Robbie Kelly actually here, and that was really cool. So this year we wanted to showcase some more athletes who are a part of our program, and you're obviously one too.
Thank you for calling me an athlete. I really appreciate that.
But the cool thing about, I think we're going to try and incorporate in the video this year in the film some new athletes to talk about that maybe some people may not have met before, and it'll be a cool opportunity to go skiing with them a little. And so the first guy we're going to go to is Dustin Cook, a Canadian who retired from the World Cup just a couple of years ago. He's living in Salt Lake City with his wife, who's also ex-US ski team racer, and we're going to go with him and see him ski a little bit in Alta. So take a look at Dustin here.
Taking the lead, we don't follow. We need it now, not tomorrow. Don't care what they say, not changing the pace. Working too hard to be last in the race. So much time in the day, and it ain't none to waste. Working this hard to be one of the greats. Whatever it takes, put that on the plate. Life is a gamble, we raising the stakes. Moving the bar up so high. Been on our grind for life. Bringing the light, you just so bright. We shining, platinum sound cool, but we trying to reach diamond. Hard work pays off, that's perfect timing. Changing the world with this rhyming, it's priceless. We got the nicest by putting the time in. Can't be the greatest, you're not even trying.
Stöckli, Alta, take one. My parents put me on snow before I was 2, back in Collingwood in Ontario, and then moved out to Quebec when I was 8 or 9 and started skiing on the Quebec side, but pretty much skiing my entire life. World Championships was in Beaver Creek in front of family and friends, and had a whole crew of people there, and felt super confident going in. Didn't have time to think much and went down and got through the finish line, and the only way that I can put it is that my brain basically exploded seeing that on the screen, seeing number 2. I knew it was possible, but it was just so crazy for it to actually happen. So overwhelming for a kid that came from Eastern Canada to be on the podium at World Championships, and for sure a week I will never ever forget.
In spite that we are conquering heroes, I could not mend this heart.
I don't know if I really had any mentors, but definitely had a lot of teammates that helped me throughout the years. Manny, Jan, Eric, Robbie Dixon, all my teammates that I kind of grew up with as well. Without them, like, you just don't have that community to bring you up to where you get to. The switch to Stöckli was awesome, actually. It was like such an easy transition. They're just such a family compared to kind of the other companies that I was with. It's a big thing to change skis at that level of a sport, change equipment at that level of a sport, but I got to build my own skis and design my own skis. They're just such a good company that puts a lot of effort and love into their team. After my career, I was super burnt out. I was so incredibly ready to be done. I didn't want to see skis again for a really long time. I certainly didn't want to put on a downhill suit. But then kind of just putting on free skis and going skiing and not having to turn if I didn't want to, and not having to put on spandex, and just being able to go and kind of refine the love has been such a good time, and it's just such a fun sport. It brings so many people together. You can do it for such a long time, and there's just so much to explore. Being outside all day, there's nothing better than that. And being outside all day on skis is pretty unbeatable.
So the first skis we're going to discuss are the FIS skis, and these are for junior racing program all the way up to NORAM level athletes. These skis are designed and developed from the top tier of racing with racers like Marco Odermatt, but these skis really are only 1 year removed from what you're seeing that level athlete ski with on the World Cup. In both skis, the slalom and the GS, we offer sizes for the entry-level junior skier all the way up to the elite top FIS skiers. One thing that we should talk about with the Laser GS FIS ski is that it does have a newer technology called torsional racing technology, and we have a small slit in the tip and in the tail that helps reduce the torsional rigidity. As the ski enters the turn, it's going to be a little bit softer torsionally, but once you tip it over and get it on edge, it'll fully engage. 3 skis that stay the same for next year are the Stöckli Laser GS, the Stöckli Laser Slalom, and the Laser SC. All three of these skis do have a couple technologies in it. The flex torsion control is an S-shaped slit in the tip and tail that, as the ski is tipped on edge, that S shape starts to lock up and increase the torsional rigidity. The Laser GS has carbon steering control, and you can actually visibly see it in the little window just below the logo. So there's a layer of carbon fiber which is glued to the ski on each end of the carbon fiber. And with that, it helps stabilize the ski when you get into varying conditions where you have a lot of chatter or movement in the ski. Updates for next year on the Laser collection include the Laser SX, the Laser CX, and the Laser MX. The Laser SX is a really good ski for that skier who wants just a touch wider ski for kind of an all mountain feel, but really still is into carving and mostly skiing on groomed terrain. That ski has the same side cut and footprint as last year, but with a new dampening material. The Laser CX, no changes from a geometry perspective, but we've added our new poplar beach-like core, which will reduce the weight a little bit. And then in regards to the Laser MX, this is our lady-specific carving ski. The geometry is unchanged from this past year. It also incorporates our new poplar beach-like core. For ladies looking for a little bit more comfort on hard snow conditions, the Laser MX is a really good way to go. For next year, we offer the Laser SC Orea, which is unchanged from last year. This ski is really designed as a boutique, high fashion model for us, really ultra premium, high-end graphics and materials used in the ski. It also has bamboo sidewalls, which is really, really beautiful. And with the ski, just like the Laser SC, you have torsional racing technology. New for next year, we offer the Laser CX Orea. On the ski, a little bit different as we move to the racing sidewalls. That'll give it a little bit more rigidity and a little bit more performance. Very similar to the Laser CX, we offer turtle shell technology. And basically what that does is it reduces torsional rigidity in the ski when you're riding a flat ski. But as the ski is tipped on edge, that S shape locks up with itself and increases the torsional rigidity. So new for next year, we have two new Laser WRTs. Last year, we introduced the Laser WRT, which is a ski that allows you kind of a hybrid racing technology. So the Laser WRT has two technologies in it. It has the carbon steering control and also has the carbon power turn, which is a new technology, which has a layer of carbon fiber underneath the binding. What that technology does is it stiffens as you tip the ski on edge, and it becomes more rigid as it's flexed, so it gives you more rebound and energy out of the turn. The WRT Pro is a really special ski, not only in the way that it looks, but in the way that it skis. You're getting cutting edge technology from the World Cup that we're incorporating into a ski that you can ski on every day. Similar to the regular WRT, it has the carbon power turn. We also incorporate our World Cup racing sidewalls for increased stiffness. It has our highest quality racing base. It increases gliding and less wear. And it has our Titech Pro technology, which is the metal laminate on top. It's a really, really beautiful ski. So skiing can be a tough sport too, right? You get banged up a little bit. I broke my leg when I was 5 and had a cast from my toes to my hip, and then I got the chicken pox. And I swore to my dad, I'm never doing this sport again, and now look at me. So you must have got hurt or banged up a little bit, right?
You know, you're always hurt.
What was your worst injury?
Well, I broke my jaw training.
Yeah.
That was probably my worst injury, but I injured my ankle pretty badly, and both were just training and...
Yeah. So we're gonna go skiing with a skier who had both a brilliant career and a rough career in regards to injuries, Laurenne Ross. But I think the coolest thing about Laurenne, which you might remember, is that she got injured pretty bad towards the end of her career, really worked hard to make a comeback, and decided about mid-season, I think, that she was going to retire. It was right before the Nationals, and then she went to the Nationals and won the National Downhill Championship. That's a drop the mic, walk off the stage moment if there ever was one, right?
Yeah, I think everybody was in tears for that.
That's a pretty special day. So we're going to go talk to Laurenne and watch her ski a little bit now.
Be defied, I will not be defeated, I put it all on the line. If you in my way, then stop it or you'll be watching me drive. It's not a stairway to heaven without a hell of a ride. I need that energy, I need more enemies for real. Them bottom feeders just had me heat at the top, is chill. I'm locked and loaded now, I'm popping up on your radar. The game ain't never fair, I just work hard and play hard. Minor setbacks just led to something more major. Can't stop me now, you can't stop me. Can't stop me now, you can't stop me. Need I remind you in case you forgot? You know I'm coming for that #1 spot, yeah, I can't be stopped. You know it's levels to it, yeah. The only way to do it is to do it, yeah. Need I remind you in case you forgot? You know I'm coming for that #1 spot, yeah, I can't be stopped.
I never really made the decision to pursue racing per se. Like, I didn't have an aha moment. It kind of came together as I grew, and as I raced for my local club team, MBSEF, and moved on to the race for the US ski team. I think one day I just opened my eyes and found myself in the Olympic start gate, and I was like, I guess I'm a ski racer.
Some people say what's on their mind, and I swear I never treated you right.
I suffered a lot of injuries throughout my career, and they were all incredibly difficult to come back from. Every time I clicked back into my skis, I had a new appreciation for the joy that skiing does bring for me. Coming back from those injuries was always so incredibly rewarding. Those first couple turns that you make coming back from injury really remind you why you do it, and that's because it's fun. After many, many years of skiing on the World Cup circuit, I figured out that success is not about the results. It's about the feeling that you get from skiing and the joy that you find in skiing. Stöckli skis are the best made skis out there. They put so much effort into designing skis and creating and building their skis, and you can feel that in every turn. Winning my last alpine ski race was pretty surreal. My whole family was there. It was just kind of like a dream come true. It was really an ultimate ending for a ski racing career, I felt like.
Stöckli's Nela collection has been an extremely successful lady-specific product that we launched 2 years ago. So for the 22-23 season, we're updating all 3 of these skis. The Nela 80 is Stöckli's woman's short-turn all-mountain skis. The geometry of the Nela 80 is unchanged for next year, but we've added a new lighter and stiffer freeride tip, which is made out of 100% recycled material. On this ski, we have more sidewall angle, meaning that the sidewall is tapered in a little bit, and that reduces the swing weight and the overall weight of the ski as well. Nela 88 is our versatile all-mountain ski, so this is more of the 50-50 ski. The geometry, as I said, is unchanged. We've switched the ski to the light core, so it helps control the stiffness distribution, making the ski more playful. There's a new lighter tip, and we've added that sidewall angle for less weight and reduce the risk to damage to the top skin of the ski. The Nela 96 is our lady-specific free ride ski. This ski is obviously the widest in the Nela collection. and really is going to give you the most flotation and powder, but still give you the kind of edge grip so you can ski it in a varying range of conditions. Again, adding the free ride tip, we've added the sidewall angle. It has a new light core, which gives more stability to the ski overall. And on this ski, we've changed the flex a little bit, so it does have a little bit softer flex than we've had in the past for skiing in those varying conditions. All three Nela skis, we adjust the profile of the tip and tail rocker. In the Nela 80, you have an all-mountain tip and an all-mountain tail. In the Nela 88, you have a little bit more tip rocker, but we have the all-mountain tail. And then in the Nela 96, we have the free ride rocker in the tip and the free ride rocker in the tail. I met this kid who I knew his family a little bit growing up, and he had had a bad motorcycle accident. And then somehow, he can tell the story probably better than I can, but he got into skiing and adaptive skiing. And so he's a sit ski skier or mono skier. And I reached out to him via Facebook and asked him, if you're into racing, we'll take care of you and get you some skis and help you out with a little bit of travel money and things like that so you can do some stuff. And he was so happy. And so I think that's a cool part of the sport, is giving back and helping people, one person at a time. You can help out and really make their day. So, and I think that's kind of what happens here at Cochran's too. So let's go to Liam and watch him take a couple of runs here. I think he's going to be skiing at Deer Valley.
Cool.
What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
That's right.
I think what we'll do is...
That's the gist of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
On June 6th, 2016, I was in a motorcycle accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. I was lucky enough to have that be an incomplete injury, so I have some movement of my legs, but however, I still can't walk. Mentally, it was obviously a horrible situation for me. I was 19 years old, and I just had half my body taken from me. When I found monoskiing, that was absolutely the most important part of getting my mental state on the right path. It gave me purpose, it gave me something to look forward to, especially in the wintertime. I ultimately wanted to get my own equipment, and that's what led me to the Kelly Brush Foundation. And through that relationship of obtaining a grant for my own monoski, I grew very close to them. They are specifically for spinal cord injuries and getting them the adaptive equipment that we need in order to live this sort of lifestyle. I really gravitated towards skiing just because it allowed me to do everything that an able-bodied person can do. It's a sport in which I can go anywhere that an able-bodied person can. I can ski at the same level as my peers, and having that opportunity to go out and do something physically demanding with your friends again is something that's really important to me. There's so many things that you can't do after your accident. You have to focus on the things that you can do.
We'll hang on to the moment as far as our eyes can see. Who knows where I'm going?
The goals I'm setting for myself as a skier is to be as good as I possibly can be. I'd love to be a Paralympic skier at some point, but again, we have a long way to go. It was really unbelievable how much I struggled with a GS ski until I had gotten my Stöckli GS ski. It really allowed me to, have confidence in my equipment more than anything. skiing is one of the most important things in my life, if not the most important thing in my life right now.
So new for 22-23 is the Montero AX and the Montero AR. Both of these skis replace the Laser AX and the Laser AR. Montero AX has a new side cut. The side cut's 124/80/112. So 2 millimeters wider all the way through the length of the ski. And the Montero AR also has new geometry with 128/84/114. Both of these skis, we've increased the waist width, but we haven't really taken away the performance that you come to know and love. Both skis have flex torsion control, which is the S-slit in the tip and tail. And also both of these skis do have a little bit of free ride tip and tail rocker. The Stormrider collection for 22-23 remains unchanged. On all the Stormrider skis, we make adjustments to each ski in the profile. So last year we increased the stiffness of the ski in the Stormrider 88 by using a new tip material. This new tip material is totally recycled and it created a little bit more stiffness, but it also helped to reduce the weight. So the end result is easier swing weight, but with more stability as you enter the turn. Stormrider 95 again has that new free ride tip for less weight and more stability. Compared to the Stormrider 88, you do have a little bit extra tip rocker in the ski. Then we go to the Stormrider 102, which was a totally new ski for us last year. Big powder rocker is the combination of the free ride tip and the free ride tail with a traditional camber underfoot, which provides you the most performance on mixed and variable conditions with packed powder, but it also works really well on those big powder days. So the Edge FT and the Edge 88 are our touring skis in the Stöckli collection. Both of these skis are compatible with skins. The Edge FT is the wider version. It starts at 92 and then we adjust the waist width and the side cut going up to a size 185. It's 96 millimeters underfoot. That ski is unchanged from last year. The Edge 88 is kind of the universal touring ski. Thinned out a little bit the profile of the tip and tail, reducing the weight and reducing the stiffness of the ski. The construction is lighter overall. We added an extra layer of rubber to the ski to dampen vibrations. And then we've also tapered the sidewall angle a little bit. So again, that helps reduce weight in the ski. Stöckli offers a complete range of junior skis, from our Fish Junior Racing skis that we already talked about to our WRT team and our Montero Team Junior. Both of these skis are updated with new graphics for next year and sold as systems, so with the adjustable plate and with bindings from Salomon. As part of our development of our complete collection of Stöckli skis, we exclusively use Salomon bindings. And for next year, Salomon brings a lot to the table, specifically the Strive binding, which is available on the Monteros, the Stormriders, and the Nela skis, has greatly reduced the weight. In regards to the Montero AX and AR, we have color-specific bindings, and we've adjusted the ramp angle to give you a little bit more forward lean, a little bit easier turn initiation. On the Stormrider and the Nela skis, we use the traditional Strive binding that has a flat setup, so more of a free ride stance for those skis. One of the things why I like coming here to Cochran's is to see all the kids, you know, and the joy that kids get out of the sport is really something special. So
to see those kids on the hill, it's the best medicine ever.
yeah, that's cool.
To me, that's what we're about. I mean, we're sort of known as a racing area, but to me, it's part of my father's philosophy that everybody should be able to participate, and that's our goal. And to see the range of abilities and the range of cultures that are here is so heartwarming to see. I love seeing that. I love seeing everybody on the hill.
You want to go take a run?
I would love
All
to.
right, let's go.
you guys ready?